Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, Miraculous Ladybug, Star Wars Rebels, Ruby, and Adventure Time. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hello.
Today, Delaney and I will be discussing the latest two episodes of the U.S. dub of Miraculous Ladybug, Timebreaker and Copycat. Copycat aired just now this week. Timebreaker aired last week. We cover Miraculous Ladybug every week, although last week was holidays, so we're going to double up this week and then go back to normal on podcasting every week on the dub only of Miraculous Ladybug. As always, we have not seen the original Korean or French versions of the show, just what Nickelodeon has put out on air. And there are no spoilers for anything except the episodes Nick has aired. Okay. Overlyanimated.com is where you can find out everything about this podcast. We have to do two very big episodes. I don't know if they're big, two interesting episodes in a short amount of time. So let's get right into this.
This would be our look.
Okay, so here's the commonality between the two. Timebreaker featured two ladybugs. Copycat featured two cat noirs. So it makes sense to do them together, right? That's how that works. Okay. What do you think of the one we just saw, Copycat?
I liked it. It was interesting. I mean, I'm just getting so tired of the romance, but I really liked this one because it's clear that like Ladybug is gonna get ticked. Well, I mean, granted, there's not really a lot of continuity, but it was okay. I think I liked Timebreaker better.
Both of these episodes were just nuts, but Timebreaker.
Yeah.
Okay, a note is that Nick gives us the production numbers actually on their website. I think these are actually the production numbers of the original French Korean version of the show. Although it's I mean, what else would they be, right? Why would they do this?
Yeah.
And Timebreaker was 118. So 116, right? So that's the 16th episode of the show, and it was not aired in any of the versions, right? But so Timebreaker is such a high concept episode, it makes sense it would be later in production. Copycat 108, so that one was first. There's so much in Timebreaker to talk about. I think that one's just better, although it's just absurd.
Granted, I mean, given the two Doctor Who fans are naturally going to like the time travel episode a little better.
I think Timebreaker might be the worst use of time travel mechanics logically that I've ever seen.
No. I was getting ready. I was like, Dylan and I are gonna get so.
I mean, I don't care, but it just makes no sense. Copycat. I think this is a worse episode. I was a little lost at the end, like what they're going for and stuff like that. There was a lot of stuff here in this one.
Well, it's like I heard I knew the name. I mean, I knew it was Copycat, but I didn't realize he was gonna actually look like Cat Noir. Like, why?
They started to get into determining which one is which by how much energy they have left before they turn back, and then I didn't really understand what was happening, but that's okay. It's you can't be tired of the romance because that's this whole show, so you have to just get.
I have to be tired. No, it was I don't know. I liked it in this episode because the way they were playing it in this episode is that you can tell who is who because which one's more obnoxious because Ladybug does not like Cat Noir.
Yeah. But more importantly, first, let's check in on our Marinette and Alia ship watch.
It continues.
The biggest thing from this episode, I wrote this in all caps, is Marinette has her, I don't remember, she has her hands tied or something, or she can't touch the phone, and then Alia calls, and then she kisses it to accept the call.
Right. So good.
I was freaking out at that. What about you?
Yeah, and we keep getting this blog.
Okay, so we didn't know that Alia ran a blog before these two episodes. I had no idea that Alia ran a blog, and then Timebreaker.
No, I didn't either. Okay, I'm glad because at first I was like, was I supposed to know this?
Yeah, no, Timebreaker. They didn't mention it before in the episodes Nick has shown. Timebreaker talks about it, and it's why is she recording this race? I don't really understand. And then Copycat actually tells us what it is. It's a lady blog. It's her covering of Ladybug.
Good. So it's Peter Parker but better because it's
because it's great. It's her best friend, but also she's super chill about it, even though she seems obsessed. I don't know. I'm unsure on this dynamic. I feel like Marinette would tell her eventually.
I mean, I still am Alia low-key knows.
Okay, here's a quote. Let's see if I can find this quote because she says something that would you never mentioned going to the unveiling before. So I think that was it. So there's like it's I got the impression from this episode Copycat that she knew.
Yeah,
It's
I think Alia like definitely low key knows. Like she just and I think she's just waiting for Lady like for Marinette to like finally say something
yeah. That's where
or
I'm
to
at too.
catch her in a lie that she absolutely cannot get out of.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. Also, it's also I continue to like really like. Oh yeah, I guess it's she's. This is interesting
She's
adding this element to her character. This blog thing. I mean, it's always been there. They just haven't to happen of
and
not
she's
seeing.
like not obnoxious. She's not like an obnoxious blogger. I'm
Yeah,
struggling saying that word today.
yeah.
She like,
She's
it's
just like covering it journalistically. I don't know.
yeah, like it's awesome.
Oh, my big question was when it came up in Timebreaker that she had a blog. I was like, is this a Tumblr? Does Alia have a Tumblr? Is that what's going on here?
Yes. Death.
And now, and it's like ladyblog.tumblr.com. I'm sure someone has that and is keeping is keeping that up.
Also, we continue to like no one cares about Cat Noir like at all. Like it's all about
Oh yeah,
Ladybug. Like
you
they
pointed that out
don't care.
last time, and I was skeptical, but the copycat definitely showed that no one really cares about Cat Noir.
No. Like literally every episode they're like Ladybug, is Ladybug going to be here? Like they don't care. Like they don't care. And I want to know if that's going to be a plot point because it was almost a plot point here, but it's like no one cares. I mean they cared because he like robbed them,
Yeah,
but like
Lady Blog, I'm disappointed is not related to to the show. Someone has to get that Tumblr and make it related. Other, I have some commentary based on what we discussed last time. Some other things. We had this. I was freaking out over the conversation with currents. With like I don't remember which one was current, but past Marinette and future Ladybug, and I was like, okay, this is I don't know, this is a new ship going on here. What do you think?
it's not okay.
What do you think of that ship?
It's not okay. No.
That's what I made the screenshot of this one.
Oh my God. Well, that's a good choice of screenshot, but
I don't
no.
know. I think I'm shipping it.
I can't, I don't, I'll have to tell you later about a really weird fanfic I read that's along these lines, and it's not Ladybug related, but like it's not okay.
Yeah, Timebreaker was like a mess in logic, but it just went by really fast and it was just really fun. So
Well, like the whole time I was like, paradox, because Doctor Who has like ruined my life. So I
oh,
was
it
like,
was made. Yeah, no, this is there. I was like, "Where's the set event, guys? Like, this is this is the set.
you know, because I was like,
Break."
she couldn't have been there if she wasn't there already to like become Ladybug to be there for all of
Oh,
this
they
to
completely
happen.
changed the timeline afterwards. Yeah, and then
I
it's
know.
no.
And I'm like, this wouldn't fly in Doctor Who. This isn't okay.
And like somehow Hawkmoth knows like what's going on. Past Hawkmoth knew that future Hawkmoth sent back a
Like,
villain. So like,
can Hawkmoth see through
can he
time?
see? That's what I was wondering. Is Hawkmoth can see through time? By the way,
I mean,
I saw somewhere like I wasn't looking for spoilers, but people also echo your theory on it being Adrian's dad. I think that's the common theory in the fan.
yeah. Well, it's not really my theory. It was Britt's theory originally, but I have like
Uh,
adopted it.
yeah, no, I've seen that elsewhere. So it seems to be what people think. Um,
Also, I do agree with you. I'm beginning to get sold on like he's in a tiny ball somewhere,
yeah, I think he's
but
small.
he's also really high up.
I guess yeah. I think he's probably at the top of the Eiffel Tower.
No, the Eiffel Tower is in every shot of the Akuma flying.
Oh, yeah, but okay, I don't
Like
know.
literally, the Eiffel Tower is in the distance. Like
Yeah, but
he
that's
can't be in the Eiffel
generic
Tower.
bears. I mean, maybe that's like to throw us off.
I would get really annoyed. Like I'd get
What that the
so mad.
animation they reuse every time is make any sense? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Okay, let's talk.
it's
Last week we were talking about how the show is like kind of creepy with its potential sexualization of the two leads, who are like we don't even know how they old they are, but they're like teenagers, right?
yeah, they're
Um,
soon
Copycat
they're like
is like the worst version of this, I think. So this episode is completely creepy.
yeah, 100%.
How old is the sculptor dude? That's the big question I have here because you would assume he's not Ladybug's age.
Yeah. No, well, okay, so based on Timebreakers, their friend is
Their
like
friend turned
50,
15. Yeah.
15. So so Ladybug and Cat Noir are either 15 or 16, like or maybe they're going to turn 15. We
14,
don't know.
15. I mean, she could have been held back here. She could have been in your head, right? You know.
Like they could be, well, just based on like age, they could
I've
be
always
like
assumed they're 15, yeah.
yeah, like they're
What
so
about the sculptor dude who's like pining after
like
Marinette,
he's
right?
definitely at least 20.
Like he built us like a sculpture like in the heart of the city. I assume he's mid-20s at least. That's my
Yeah, and
thing.
the mayor, like,
Yeah, the
obviously, like,
mayor's
he was
there.
the yeah, like, he had to do it.
Yeah, so this is
They
super
hired him.
crush on Ladybug, super creepy.
Super weird.
And the show like doesn't really acknowledge that it's weird, and like
So,
they even kind of play it for laughs when she's running like towards him with that one shot.
yeah,
It's really that shot is like kind of not self-aware of the show because the show
yeah,
does that on like and doesn't note it sometimes, and it really wasn't that much different from things the show normally does.
right.
um I mean, I don't know. If we wanted to get all this is problematic on it, then this is the episode to do it. I don't care a ton.
I
It's
mean, the saving grace is that it does it to both characters.
It
Like, it
does.
does it to
It
Ladybug and
does.
Cat
It does
Noir.
definitely do it to both characters. They're fictional characters. It's not a moral wrongness issue because clearly fictional characters. But it does.
It's
I
weird.
it shouldn't. I don't want to be distracted from the like absurd fun that the show has, right? And that I think
Yeah,
did a little bit. So it's problematic like in that regard, and also just like in terms of my enjoyment of the show a little bit.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I didn't really get this loving Ladybug type thing. It seems like the show is not aware that that
I will,
there's
well,
you know
I mean, at least, I complain about the romance thing, but at least when Cat Noir is coming on to Ladybug, she's like, no, bye. And then, like, it's not one of those, like, oh, the really annoying, like, fall in love, even though he's really a creepy stalker dude. And then everything that Marinette does, even though we think it's ridiculous, like, it's because she likes Adrian. It's not like, like, she is in charge of what she's doing the entire time, which I do.
I agree with that. A lot
Like,
of I've seen some commentary on Tumblr for people shipping two characters in Star Wars who I
Did
think
you
this
see
is
my post
I think
that
this
I
is what you're talking
reblogged?
about. I don't know. Yeah, and and how it's like these types of romances are problematic because the female likes the male because the male is like creeping on her, right?
Yeah.
And that applies to a lot of popular media, and that's not what's going on here, is what you're
A
saying.
lot of times
Yeah,
it's like in a lot of these cases the girl doesn't have any agency. So what
yeah,
I do enjoy about Ladybug, and that's actually one of the cool, really great things about Ladybug's character, and that's why people love Ladybug, not only us but in show, is because she's so brave and powerful, and it's Ladybug. She does whatever she wants, and she has a lot of agency. Even when she's Marinette, she's being like super awkward. Like, she
yeah,
has
I agree
agency
with
at all
that. Yeah,
times.
that's a really appealing part about her. I agree. Let's talk two episodes cover. Let's talk the two villains of the episode, the two Akumaized people. We talked the sculptor. He's creepy. What do you think of him being a copy of Cat Noir and like stealing the painting? This whole
Well,
concept.
Well, it means a lot that the Akuma, like, because for the most part, the Akumas have just given them like supervillain outfits,
Yeah,
but this like completely changed his appearance. Like, he became Cat Noir.
yeah.
So like that, I think that it's a little concerning given what we might get later, like what the Akumas can do.
Power level
Because
wise, but what about
yeah,
just your enjoyment of him as a villain?
I mean, he was fine. I mean, it's ridiculous,
Yeah, I wasn't
but
I wasn't super high on this concept. I think it was one of their weaker ones. They
I
kind
mean,
of
it was
didn't do
kind
it.
of funny doing like the villain thing, but like other like him like rob like him going to the and then stealing stuff and then
Yeah, it is. It is always fun when you get the like evil version of the hero, but
yeah.
I don't know. I much preferred Timebreaker's Alex.
Deaf
Yeah, what do
so
you think
much
of this
better.
Alex character? Do you think she like comes into play in other episodes as their classmate?
Well, do you think she has already, or do you think she will?
Well, it's hard. It's like in what timeline, right? Because this is
Yeah.
116 in production. It's possible they
Yeah.
showed her before and we just haven't seen her yet.
I mean, they showed a lot of students in that episode, so
Yeah,
like and like I think they're always in the background, but we just don't notice them because they don't talk.
I
Like
assume
we
she'll
see
be a
Chloe.
person in another episode. Like that
Yeah,
would make
I would assume.
sense. She seemed really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. She rollerblades, A plus, all about rollerblading, love it. Also, she's in rollerblades racing this guy running, like that makes zero sense.
Yeah, that was dumb. This
Like,
of note, Timebreaker like had I think was the worst dubbed episode of all of these. I just like they use like dare and whatever other word like bet and
yeah,
interchangeably, and it just the dub didn't make a ton of sense sometimes.
yeah,
I think it was probably a hard episode to to dub because there's some weird nonsensical stuff happening, but
yes, definitely.
I definitely noticed the dub. Um,
Yeah.
Random note. They said they didn't mention her name at first, I think, and then they're like, Alex and Kim have this bet, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
she's Kim, but no, it's a name subversion, and she's actually Alex. That's
Yeah, no,
cool,
she's
and the
Alex.
dude's Kim. Like, I think that's cool. Um, yeah, she was cool. I think the Akumaized version of her wasn't like as interesting as actual her.
I thought I think she might be because okay, I was paying more attention to the opening sequence today, and it goes to like we see more miraculouses. Like there's more of them. Like there's not just Cat Noir and Ladybugs, and I've like seen things, but like I'm not like not spoilers, but like I think there's gonna be more heroes, and that's what I thought her watch was. Like I thought it was gonna be that,
Oh, interesting.
and
I
then
haven't
like
seen that.
we don't see the watch do anything. Like it's just a watch. Also,
Yeah, it just had like
another thing that I'm really happy about this episode, my mom net would never let me have a pocket watch because it's not for girls. This girl's getting a pocket watch, all about it. Yes.
great, good, great job. Yes.
Makes me happy because all the time my mom's like, no, you can't have a pocket watch. Like I think pocket watches are super cool and I've always wanted one. I mean, I can go buy one, I'm an adult, but when I was younger, my mom was like, no, you can't have a pocket watch. This made me so happy. She's getting a pocket watch from her dad. That makes me so happy.
That's a
Like
very
it's so
that's a
great.
very modern thing to have a pocket watch.
Like I want to know if other girls have had this problem who want a pocket watch and their mom's like, no.
I mean, I think the problem is
So
people
I
just
enjoyed
don't
that.
like want pocket watches now, but that's okay.
I think pocket watches are super
Okay,
cool.
what do we think
But
of Marinette's a lot of stuff together? What do you think of Marinette's parents? We see her dad really for the first time here.
okay, one adorable ship, so cute, precious.
How is he so giant?
I don't know. I really like it though that like he's like this big dude and like he works in a bakery. Like
Did we know that they
that's
ran a
great.
bakery before this episode and like that she lives above the bakery, right, or something? I don't
Yes. I think oh I didn't know it was like
Did,
like I didn't know it was specifically like I don't know. Like
I don't know if that's
okay, this is gonna sound really dumb, but like I knew it was a bakery, but I didn't know they made bread. Does that make
I
sense?
didn't know it was a bakery at all. I don't know if they mentioned that.
I mean, you can tell from the design that it's a bakery, I think, but like, I didn't know they made bread. Like, that's a really dumb comment, but like, I didn't know they made bread. Because when I think bakery, I'm like, cake. But obviously it's
I mean,
France, they just make
they
bread.
did both, but yeah, I guess okay.
But
That's
like, I don't,
this is uninteresting. Other stuff,
sorry.
other stuff in the episode. We have let's go through the as much as you're tired of the shipping. Let's go through the main two characters shipping moments. People separating the ships is a little annoying. I don't know what to call them. We have Cat Noir sacrificing himself in the first episode.
That got me a little bit.
That got you a
That was
little bit.
sweet. I liked it.
Um,
Also, this was also the first time we had like a villain and like it actually seemed like there were some stakes to like what was going
she's
on.
like disappearing people. Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
have been
like
bad.
people were vanishing. So
Uh,
that got
Cat Noir says two ladybugs. I'm in heaven.
oh, I roll.
I roll. Oh yeah, we had our scene. I'm you in a few minutes in the future. Yeah, that was my scene. That was
It's
the best.
so weird, Dylan, but okay.
I love shipping like the dumbest things. It's the best. But actual
I know
shipping
you do.
also.
Hashtag Suki, swear.
No, that's legit shipping. Don't worry. Go back and just go back in time. There'll be less of them, says the villain, and
I liked that. That
that
was
makes no
funny.
sense. What do you think? They're not going to follow you back in time? And
I
then
mean,
what are the
the entire time
consequences of leaving them in the future? And then
there aren't any consequences because Ladybug does her thing and everything
yeah,
fixes itself anyway. So
the end of this episode, they do everything in tandem. The two ladybugs, double lucky charm, and then they like all the capturing stuff, which is just an excuse for them to reuse more animation. But that's okay.
I did like how they did that. Like it got really. I'm like, really? We have to do this side by side annoying
I
thing.
liked it because it was awesome.
So
Uh,
I did like when how they did it when it like when they went from two to like back to just the one Ladybug.
yeah, and then the best part is she pounds it with herself instead of with Cat Noir.
Yeah, no, it was
That
pretty good.
was the best.
That was pretty great.
I think we're I mean, do we have two ships here? Do we have Ladybug and Marinette and Ladybug and Ladybug? Since we
I
have
don't.
all four ships with the two main characters,
I don't even. That just gives me a headache. I can't.
this episode's so dumb with all the yeah.
It's super dumb.
Cat Noir says she'll fall for me someday. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, because they're using time puns a lot. That one didn't
His
really work.
okay. The worst puns were like were in Copycat, but
Yeah, I mean they
There's
had
just
cat puns and time puns in this one, and it was dumb.
I mean, and again, I told you, Cat Noir is the one who makes all the puns, and it's terrible.
Now get used to no ladybugs around. I think that was. I assume that was her saying that to
That was
him.
a pretty. That was
Yeah.
a. That was my favorite line, and then she left. That was
Your
great.
favorite parts are just her shutting him down, right? When they're
Yes,
both
because
together.
it's the best.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's talk stuff on my outline from Copycat. Oh yeah, we had this. We didn't even talk about this whole thing with the voicemail. That's such a typical plot for this show, where like every plot is this plot.
Okay, we have to go steal his phone,
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's sure could work. Um, Tiki did something. Mari and Tiki were discussing Adrian. She did something that she hasn't done. I don't remember.
well,
I'll
she like mocked her, and it was hilarious.
get Tiki getting sassy. Maybe that was it.
So yeah, no,
Why does Alia have Adrian's number but not Marinette? That's my
because
question.
Alya's not like the biggest Akko Taco in the universe. That's why. Because Alya's like a normal human being.
Alia gives Marinette a script to when she calls Adrian. What do you
So
think
great.
of this idea?
Alya is like she is the perfect best friend. Like it's so great.
And then don't improv. And what do you think of Marinette's thing with the voicemail still on? She calls him hot stuff and says she's a huge
I was
crush on him.
really, really hoping that like by the end of the episode he would still have listened to the voicemail,
Yeah,
but
because
no.
then it would actually have plot movement. But
Yeah, I
no.
was like, could we have a little bit of progress here? But
Yeah.
no.
What
But I
do you
was
think?
also hoping he'd come out of like he'd change back, but no, that didn't happen either.
Marinette's Adrian schedule that she pulls down.
It was super creepy. Marinette,
That's
please
the
no,
dumbest thing.
please stop. I mean, it's funny that like she pulled it. Like, it's really funny that it's like so big and like it's like on
Yeah.
her projector. But like, no, please stop.
What do you? Adrian fences. That's a new plot point for Adrian.
Is it? I thought we already knew he fenced.
Did
I don't
we? I
know.
don't know.
I feel like it came up in another
What do you
episode that
think? What do you think of this?
that he
Yeah.
fences. Like, it's a pretty like standard rich French kid thing to do, I think.
What do you? Why do you know rich French kid things
Well, I
to
mean,
do?
it's a very rich European thing to do, and it's like I don't know. Like I've always wanted to fence. I almost joined the fencing club at my school. Not that I'm a rich European kid,
I
but
feel like fencing is like a non jerk like rich jerk thing to do. Like I feel like that makes him more sympathetic. Like he fences
well, no,
instead of.
fencing. Well, fencing is typically like the rich jerk kid thing to do.
I feel like it's not like the. I feel like it's more of a
I mean, it's
non
better than like
jock,
football.
like a not jock thing to do.
Yeah,
There.
yeah, it's better than like football. But granted, it's France. They're not playing football. But
I mean, they are playing football, but yeah,
well,
we haven't seen like any soccer on the show.
yeah, no.
That's
Which
my.
disappointment. I do. I am
I would
disappointed.
assume that the Europeans are just always playing soccer. Isn't that how that works?
That's what I assume.
Yeah,
I will. I figure we'll get it. I figure we might get an episode where they're at a soccer game. Okay, this is where I'm gonna have to call it soccer. Like obviously it's football, but like I have to call it
obviously we're
soccer or
playing
we're gonna
soccer.
get confused.
Um, okay, so Cat Noir lying to the guy to that they're a thing. Uh,
What a twerp! Like you are the twerpiest.
you don't deserve her. I do. We get from this guy, and then at the end he says, if I can't have you, nobody will.
Like
Um,
at first it was kind of cute that he wanted her autograph, and like it was a little weird, but like it was fine until Cat Noir did that. Then it was like, oh, he's in love with her. That's weird.
he's
Okay,
ignoring the age thing. Like even if we assume he's 15, which he's not, because he's a famous
yeah,
sculptor or whatever. They're specifically trying to make him personify like bad, male dominant thing stuff with
yeah,
possessiveness, right? So
yeah.
do you think that the episode is maybe too cavalier with throwing out like lines like if I can't have you, nobody will? Like it seems like they're trying to make a point that he's in the wrong on that, but this episode doesn't make any points. So
Well, it's. I mean, it's
or the show doesn't make any points. I
the
mean, yeah.
problem is like you can't make points on that using those lines anymore because like it's gotten to the point where like those lines are okay, which is like I have air quotes. You can't see them. I'm making air quotes.
Yeah.
But I
I
don't know.
mean, at least they assign them to the guy who's obviously a creep,
Yeah,
right?
the villain. But
Yeah.
the problem is what this show is about is these villains are everyday people and like their anger and things like over like that's why they become villains, but then at the end of the day like they apologize. So like that's so they're
That's
mixed
true. So
defenses.
is that part of her? Is that part of him just exacerbated by Hawk Moth, and that in reality he's not like that, but at the same
Well, no,
time
no,
it's
no.
just
I mean that makes it okay. That's the problem. Is that
yeah.
it's these everyday thing.
Oh,
They're
so
everyday
he's not
people who get
actually
upset.
evil. Yeah, but we don't see real him doing that. But at the same time, maybe the show is making a statement by saying that this is something he might naturally say, but Hawk Moth is only exacerbating it, right?
Yeah,
So maybe it's a statement that normal males are capable of this in society, right? And that it's not just that he's like turned evil; it's that
Yeah.
it's his true feelings are like made worse, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's one of. I feel like this is one of the more uh, like intellectually interesting things the show has done. I guess definitely after Timebreaker, which was not intellectually interesting, but yeah. Um, I forgot about Mari's usual like social awkwardness worrying was this time expressed through like manga style panels in front of her in this
Which I
episode.
enjoyed it. Like it was cute. I liked it.
I don't. Are we going to do this again? I don't know.
I
It
don't
was
know.
cool.
I mean,
I
that'd be
liked it. Yeah.
great.
I do like introducing more anime elements to the show because obviously
Yeah.
there's some elements of production in Japan and of course a large Korean production element.
I
Uh,
mean, it's basically anime, but it's not an anime.
I mean, it's not anime style for sure. It's this
Yeah.
weird 3D style, but yeah. Cat Noir calling her a bugaboo.
Oh my God, why? Why? Just
Yeah, no, I didn't like that. I mean,
like
I feel like
this
I'm
is
closer to shipping them than you are. I definitely didn't like that.
okay. My thing is like they can happen and it's fine. It's just I need some
I
progress.
do like normal Adrian. Like, he's
You
cool.
know,
Yeah.
Adrian's fine. Cat Noir just he irritates me just like he irritates Ladybug. Like
Most
Cat
of the
Noir.
time, he's harmless, right? So I
Yeah.
think that,
I mean, he really isn't a problem. He's just annoying,
yeah,
which
he's,
Ladybug says that like 4 times.
um, oh, well, this whole thing where Ladybug knows it's him because he's never lied to me. Um, what do you think?
I mean, they both lie to each other like all the time. So like I
They
don't
kind
know.
of do lie to each other. They don't tell them they're each other. So yeah, I mean,
Like,
they
but the
don't
thing
know
is
they're
like
each other.
is it really lying though?
Yeah, they
Because
don't
like
really know they're each other. Whatever. I don't know.
and it's not even that. It's like they've never expressed wanting to know who the other one is.
I don't.
Like they're just
We'll
fine
see.
not
We'll
knowing
see.
who the other one
More
is.
importantly, Cat Noir in the dub says "milady" to her. Oh my god. Why did you translate it to milady? Do you
Why?
understand what that word means? Okay, that's the. Thank you.
I saw a post on that. That's what it was. I
Why?
saw that.
So I think.
Why?
So I need to see pictures of Cat Noir wearing the fedora now. That's
I
obviously.
was about to say he needs
Yeah.
to be in a fedora.
I mean, that's the only way he would say that.
Marinette can make Adrian a fedora, and then Cat Noir will wear it.
That's basically what the plot of one of the episodes was, right? So, um,
That's it is literally what the plot of the episode was.
Crush got crushed. That makes two of us, says Cat Noir. Do you ever feel bad for him that he's like, oh, at the end, she doesn't like me back? That happened in both episodes, right?
I mean, it's hard to feel bad because
When
like
he's being so
when he's
arrogant. Yeah,
obnoxious.
yeah.
Yeah, and
And
then
then,
like
yeah, and then,
literally when they're like themselves.
yeah, and then at the end of the episode, she does erase the thing. But they're going on a double date. They're going to the movies with Adrian and what's his face, right? Is that
Yeah. Is it Nino? Is that his
is
name?
Nino and Alia thing? Is that what we're implying?
That's not okay. Alia cannot know. Like
Alia
I'm
obviously has to be with Marinette, but you know,
yeah, like Alia has to be with Marinette or like just by herself. Like it's not okay.
Nino's cool though. I like Nino.
No, Nino's fine, but like I mean I'm more adamant about who Alia needs to be with than Marinette.
Don't
Like
Alia can do what she
Alia.
wants. Come on,
No, Alia can do what she wants, but Alia
but
can do better.
I don't. We haven't seen much of Nino yet. We need more of him to
Yeah.
determine. Okay, so yeah,
Also, there wasn't like, I mean, Chloe was obnoxious in Timebreakers, but like, there wasn't any Chloe. It was great.
yeah. I saw a poster complaining about how Chloe needs more development, but I don't know.
What development is there to get with like the
That's not high on
time?
my list of priorities. It would be like make her more realistic and not just play
Like,
the.
Chloe isn't Pacifica. Like, it's not. It's completely different.
I think she is Pacifica. That's what they're going to do with her eventually, but not right now.
Um, I doubt it, but
Okay, so let us know. Let us know which what you're shipping. Are you shipping Alia and?
what the heck we're supposed to call them?
Yeah, well, no, we've been through that. Are you shipping Alia and Marinette from from these episodes? What about our crack ships that we have here? What about
No, let's correct. The
I'm sure.
crack ships Dylan has here.
What about
Let's.
Cat and Copycat? I'm sure people are shipping that.
Oh, I'm sure it. I don't
Okay,
even want to
that's it.
think about
Yeah,
how like
running out of
gross
time.
it has to be.
I'm Dylan.
It's-
Okay, so overall, we really like Timebreaker and Copycat. Solid too. At the very least, they're both doing interesting things. That was my biggest thing. Like they're At least the show wasn't boring, because the show does the same thing over
Yeah.
and over. Like, it needs to do different things to make it exciting. Okay.
So we had some different concepts and they were fun.
Yeah, let's keep doing that. I'm Dylan Nice, and that's Delaney Stovall. You can find out more about this podcast at overlyanimated.com. You can support us at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to our current patrons, Shayna, Mitch, Cordell, Beatrice, Nate, Andy, Jamie, and Rachel, aka Hey Not Fever, Mitch, Cordell, Universe, Beatrice, Exchange, Buzz Like Your Mailman, and nickname to be determined. We got to work on that. And
Yeah, we gotta get that done quick.
yeah, next week we'll be back covering more Ladybug. I think it's new next week. Of note, I think that the show is not currently airing in either Korea or France, so I wonder if Nick will catch up eventually. We'll see. Depends when it comes back if they'll catch up. But yeah, we're gonna keep going.
Was it 13 episodes?
It's been 13 so far, and it stopped in November in Korea. So we'll see. I also don't know if that was a mid-season finale or whatever.
So like the earliest, well, yeah,
but again,
if it's
this
not mid-season.
Timebreaker was 116, so obviously they're ready to air episodes beyond the 13 that they've shown. Okay, thanks for listening, guys. Last comments. Gotta go. Cut off.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Let us know what you thought. YouTube comments, website comments, and Tumblrs. See you next time. Overlyanimated.com. Bye.
Bye.